Well, hello everybody. I am here with another episode of the Be Brand podcast, recording here on Instagram. And this is the truth. Getting to 10K months and your first or next 100K year is going to depend on your brand being seen and being known. And most of you right now are doing activities and you're posting on social media, you are networking, but none of those things are actually connecting to each other. Now, this actually goes back to your brand strategy. So we can host workshops, we can go networking, we can do all the things. You can be creating offers on the background, but there is no strategy to your messaging, to who you are, and actually breaking through. You're not going to be seen and you're not going to be known. So if right now you are not having people reach out for your services to work with you, if you're not having conversations, this doesn't mean that people are going to reach out on your DMs and be like, I'm ready. How do I work with you? But I mind you that happens to me and to other people all the time, okay? But the problem is that right now, your brand is invisible or diluted, okay? So if you are truly looking to grow your brand to 10K a month and 100K this year, hello, I'm Mati Greenspan. I'm a personal branding coach and business strategist. And my specialty is to take women to their first or next 100K in their brand and business. So let's get started. So number one of the biggest mistakes that I see with women is you don't have a clear what to be known for. So let's actually get back to basics. When I ask people what do they do, usually they tell me their title, right? Like how I just told you, oh, I'm a personal branding coach and a business strategist. Well, that can mean a million things. And it's so broad that while people may understand what it is, it's not talking to their need, to the actual thing that they probably can hire you for right away. So most likely right now, you are not talking about the one thing that you want to be known for. So for example, for me, that one thing is helping women get to their first 100K and their first 100K year, okay? So of course, I do that through personal branding and business strategy. But what is the specialty? What is the one thing that you want to be known for? And these are some of the mistakes that I see people doing when I ask them this question. People are like, well, I want to be known for being good at what I do. I'm like, yeah, that's a fucking given. I am going to assume that if you're coming to work with me, and you want to build your brand, I am assuming you're already good at what you do. And that is part of the problem, that if you are newer at what you do, you probably have a lot of doubt and a lot of fear around truly being good at what you do. And I'm going to put you a piece on this, because what I want you to understand is that you only need to be 2 steps ahead of the person you want to help. So usually, let's say that you are a content coach, right? Or you are a life coach, right? You do not need to have your whole fucking life together to be able to help somebody else that is 2 steps behind. Sometimes that is the awakening. Sometimes that is helping them do that first step. People are going to continue to work with other people after you. You are not here to solve every single problem that your ideal client has, your golden dream client has. You are here to solve the one problem and the one thing that you want to be known for, okay? And this is, right, that intertwine between messaging, but also getting really comfortable, putting yourself out there, picking one lane and going with it, which is not the same as niching down. I'm not going to go into that, but that is not the same as niching down. What is the one problem that you are solving at any given time with an offer? Get really fucking known about that one thing. So maybe if you are a life coach, you help women to go from chaos to tranquility, right? And you get really clear on what are the 5 situations that you help women with. I have a client right now. She is an autoimmune disease coach, and she's a mindset coach. She's a life coach, right? And we were having this conversation because she feels like she needs to fix everything in their life. I'm like, pick one lane, and then go with that. So what do you want to be known for? And be really, really, really specific. So I know that right now, if you're not getting clients reaching out to you, if you're not getting conversations started around your offers, is because people don't really know what you do. Now, they may know your title, but you don't have one thing that you are known for, okay? So I want you to do that. And we are going to be doing this in big depth at Seen and Known that starts in January. So if you are watching the replay for this, if you're listening on the podcast, I want you to reach out to me on my DMs if you're ready to actually put together a brand strategy that gets you seen and known and gets people acting, like asking questions. Hey, how can I work with you? Tell me more about that in your DMs when you're going networking. This is the program for you. This is Seen and Know. It's a mini mine. It's only 4 weeks. So let's keep going. So number 2, you are probably not establishing your expertise, right? You are posting, you are being vague, you are posting about all these things that you think they're clear, but again, they are not showing you as the expert. This is the thing, dude. And this is a reality. Nobody's going to hire somebody that is doubting. Nobody's going to hire somebody that when they look at their content, it looks like they could help you. Especially because we are on a recession, and I don't like talking about that, but the truth is people are being more careful with their money. People want to know that you can truly help them. People want to know that when they work with you, they are going to leave with a result, right? So you establishing your expertise and showing what have you done in the past? Why are you the person to help them with the problem that you are saying that you can help them with? And I kind of want to say this because I have a lot of multi-passion entrepreneurs, but I want you to think about this. You get to do everything. You just don't get to do it all together. Now, let's actually mix 1 and 2, right? People, there is nothing for you to be known for. Like you are not being specific enough. You can pick by offer. So right now, like I am obsessed with the concept of being seen and known. The truth is that if people don't see you, if people don't know you, they cannot fucking buy from you. Right? So while I talk a lot about mindset, a lot about inner game, my last program, I have a membership about this, is about the feeling of being chosen by yourself, the potency behind your content. It's all inner work. Okay. So for 2 months, all I did was talk about that. Well, now we pivot and we are talking about seen and known. Now, when I say that my big thing is helping women get to their first 10K a month or their first 100K a year, every single one of the things that I teach actually contribute to that one thing. I just don't teach them all fucking together all at the same time in my content, right? So this is where I want you to start organizing your thoughts, and you are probably not doing that right now. You are probably just like throwing spaghetti at the wall, and none of that content, none of those ways that you're introducing yourself in networking events or anything like that, like it's actually telling people you are an expert. Okay. So let's start recapping. So number one, you don't have a clear, this is what I'm known for, and you are hammering on that over and over and over and over. Number two, you are not establishing your expertise. And the way you do this is just educating your people. And I'm going to teach you how to do all of these on Seen and Known. We start in February. It's a 4-week mini mind. And I am really, really excited because at the heart of your business is your brand. If you show up just showing, buy this from me, buy this from me, buy this from me, and people don't understand the context of any of that, that's why you are not making sales. Okay. So number three, you are not telling your story enough or at all. So if you heard from people, gurus on the internet, that you need to be telling your story, hello, be your brand. You are the brand, my friend. If you are not telling your story, there is not a connection between who you are, your lived experiences, and why you do what you do. I am going to go as far to say that, including myself, we don't talk about our story long enough. And talking about your story is not just telling the whole story over and over and over and over and over, but it's you having idea of what mini stories in that one story took you to where you are today. And then telling those stories through content, through panels, through speaking, through going to podcasts. Everything comes down to your story, because I want you to think about this. So let's say that you are a physical therapist, or let's say that you are, again, a life coach, and you specialize in something very specific. Let's say that you specialize in relationships. Well, I guarantee you that there is a reason why you are doing what you're doing as opposed to something else. And there is probably a huge desire of yours to help people with that thing, and that is why you're passionate. It probably comes back. I'm going to scratch that. Probably not. Most likely, it comes down to something that happened to you. So I always talk about this concept. When I first started my business, I was doing personal branding photography. And I would see these women that at the time I would look up to. And I would ask them, okay, who's your ideal client? What story are we telling? Like, I always did personal branding photography that was all about lifestyle, right? Telling the story. And some of these women, they didn't even know what I was asking. Like, I don't know, just, I just need photos for my website. I just need photos for my social media. But the truth is that the way those photos converted, the way those websites converted was with the story. So I would ask them, so why did you start your business? Why do you do what you do? And so many would get lit up, and they would tell me the story. Well, when I was younger, something happened to me, and then I ended up going to school for X, Y, and Z, and that took me to something else. And okay, that is the kind of stories that actually also builds your expertise. So part of my story is when I left Flair bartending, I didn't know who I was outside of Flair bartending. When I left my bartending job and I started doing photography, I had this veil of not being confident in my business. And I started to realize that it was because I didn't have clarity in who I was. And that's how Be You brand was born. It was my inner quest to be, okay, who I am, what do I bring to the table? And a lot of the times your expertise is built through your business. Who I was always a cheerleader. I was always a coach in my heart. So in 1999, oh my God, you guys, I'm so fucking old. In 1999, I came to the United States for my first competition, Fleur bartending competition ever. And I actually was awarded the Sportsmanships Award. So when I look back in my life, I was always a cheerleader for others. I was always helping others really, really be who they are and amplify their voice, their passions. So part of this, then it became part of my brain. That's who I am. That's what I do. That's how I coach my people. Oh my God, that is so funny, Benam, that you're here. I believe that you were, but there is somebody watching the live that knows that story. Very, very nice. But I want you to understand that you telling your story is what actually makes people buy into you. That is the concept of personal branding. You can talk about what do you want to be known. I can talk to you all day long about making 10K, getting to your first 100K. I can tell you why I'm the best. I can tell you all of the things that my clients have achieved. The truth is though, the only thing that makes me different is me. There is a million other personal branding coaches. There is a million other coaches or business coaches talking about how to get to 10K. But what makes me different is me. And what makes you different is you. And those are the things that none of you are taking time to actually write down in paper. So if you're not writing these things in paper, and just so you know, in Seen and Known, we have a whole structure for you to actually do these very systematized, organized, your thoughts. And then I will be hosting 2 implementation calls when we are going to find your edge and what actually makes you fucking different and what makes you fire. Every single person has the X factor. So if you think there is nothing that actually makes you different, you don't know what that is. Hello, Seen and Known is for you. Okay. So, we start in February and it's already going. We already have 2 people sign up, and this is the first time I'm talking about it on social media. Okay. So number 4, this is the one that makes the other 3 come together. So I told you, you need to have the one thing that what are you fucking known for? Number 2, you need to establish your expertise. People need to know that you can get them results, okay? Show your work with other clients. Show their conversations. Show your processes. Talk to people. What have you done in the past? Why are you qualified? This comes down also to number 3, which is your story again, right? And number 4, your opinions and your convictions. And this is the one that most people, they don't want to talk about this. Guys, the reason why I have a whole membership called Chosen, where we work with our inner parts and we work on confidence and we work on really understanding why we water our message, is because at some point, either growing up or in your adult life, you diluted your message. You don't even know at this point what your opinions are. And the problem with that is that this is the only thing with your story that makes you different. Anybody can show up on social media and tell you, here are 3 things that you need to do to build your personal brand. Go live every day, create content, go network. Yeah, no shit. Right? That is regurgitating just somebody else's thing or some ChatGPT bullshit. That is not what makes you different. And so many women right now, especially in the era of AI, they're using AI to come up with all these ideas and everything sounds the same. Why you do what you do the way you do it? Tell me, why are you coaching your clients the way you're coaching them? Tell me, what is the hill that you are going to fucking die on? Tell me, How are you teaching this differently than somebody else? So I talk about this all the time. So I teach people to build their personal brand. Then we teach them messaging, and then we teach them how to fucking sell. Because no matter how many networking events, how many pieces of content you put out there, if you don't know how to close the conversation, if you don't know how to bring people to you, if you are not creating things that people want to consume, guess what? You ain't gonna have clients. And that is how you get to that 10K, that 10K month and that first 100K year. So also, shameless plug, I do have a free training on my website at tgreenspan.com. It's right on the homepage that it's called the 100K training. You can go take that at any given time and it will show you exactly how we do it. But this is the thing. If you are not seen, if you're not getting known, and your brand can actually pierce through your golden dream clients' desires and what they actually want right now, what they want to achieve, it doesn't matter the niche. You can be a business coach, you can be a life coach, you can be a service provider. We have people inside of our Be Brand Academy, from pelvic floor therapist to my autoimmune disease coach. We have somebody that hosts therapeutic art retreats. This works for everybody, because no matter what it is that you want to sell, your brand is actually what makes it sell and what makes people pay attention. Okay. So if you're a consultant, if you're a coach, you want to get to that 10K a month and your first 100K year, seen and known is actually the beginning. Okay? Because you cannot get there by being invisible. You cannot get there by blending in, no matter where. In social media, when you go networking, when you go to a Zoom call that is networking, you cannot blend in. And the way you stop being not seen and not known is your messaging. And it's having this structure for your brand, which is your brand strategy, written down in one place, getting fucking confident about sharing that and repeating, because repetition is the mother of reputation. So this is the end of my training today. If you just got here, I just share the 4 biggest mistakes that I see women doing when they are building their personal brand and why their brands are not being seen and known in order to get to that 10K or 100K year. So if you just got here, I would love for you to pull me #replay, comment seen, and I will send you all the information for seen and known. This is a 4-week mini mind with 2 also implementations calls. So it's a total of 6 calls where we are going to create the brand. We're going to organize your thoughts, and we're going to find out what is your edge, what is your X factor, so you can break through the noise and you actually can start having people really reaching out to you. Hey, how do I work with you? Hey, how does this work? Like, what offers do you have? And start conversations that actually brings clients to you. So girl, you can actually live out your passion, your brand, and you can make the world a better place. I love you. Comment seen. If you are watching the replay, also put #replay. Tell me where you're watching from. I'm a manifesting generator. I freaking love having people comment. I will come and reply to all the comments, no matter where it is, in Spotify, here on Instagram, on YouTube. Let's start the conversation of what is keeping you from getting to that 10K or 10K a month or 100K year. I love you, and I'll see you soon.